I'd like to tell you a story
I'd like to tell you a story
about a boy named Sven.
about a boy named Seth.
He was in the 5th grade, autistic.
He was in the 5th grade, autistic,
He couldn't read a single word.
and he couldn't read a single word.
Not it, me, nothing.
Not it, me, the, nothing.
His teachers told his family
His teacher told his family
that he may never learn to read.
that he may never learn to read.
With my simple reading program,
With my simple reading program,
I taught Sven to read.
I taught Seven to read.
My story begins when my daughter was in the 1st grade.
My story begins when my daughter was in the 1st grade.
She was a challenged reader.
She was a challenged reader.
At that time, I didn't know about challenged readers.
At the time, I didn't know about challenged readers.
Everyone can read, right?
Everyone can read, right?
Wrong.
Wrong.
According to the U.S. Department of Education,
According to U.S. Department of Education,
last year, 19% of high school students in America
last year, 19% of high school students in America
graduated unable to read above a 3rd grade level.
graduate unable to read above a 3rd grade level,
which is considered functionally illiterate.
which is considered functionally illiterate.
That's nearly 1 in 5 students,
It's nearly 1 in 5 students,
or 500,000 new graduates.
or 500,000 new graduates
Each year.
each year.
How can anyone graduate high school not knowing how to read?
How can anyone graduate high school not knowing how to read?
Teachers are doing everything they can to help these kids.
Teachers are doing everything they can to help these kids.
But the traditional way of teaching reading does not work for many students. National Assessment of Adult Literacy.
According to the National Assessment of Adult Literacy,
in America, 85% of juvenile delinquents and 70%
in America, 85% of juvenile delinquents
prison inmates are functionally illiterate.
And 7% of prison inmates are functionally illiterate.
Illiteracy is the #1 predictor of future criminal activity.
Illiteracy is the #1 predictor of future criminal activity.
There is a solution, and
there is a solution.
This is how it came about.
And this is how it came about.
In my 20s, I went to Japan to teach English.
In my 20s, I went to Japan to teach English.
I needed to learn Japanese. And I was told to learn to read first. I discovered that